Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is The Interview. And today, me and my good friend Russ8889 just want to say thank you. And we're going to kick off with a track from the Delicate Giants, Shattered. Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. New format. It's all going good. Well, hopefully nothing goes wrong today. You're doing well. My name's Jade. And then, of course, my tag's not working. let me fix that. I love fixing things on the fly because I'm a fixer. Let me do it. Jade Starr tag. Let's do it. Jade Starr tag. Where are you? There you are. Fixed. Let's do it now. My name's Jade. It works now. And this is the interview show. It was meant to happen last week, but, well, some things went down, didn't they? Some things happened, and I got up halfway through the week last week, and no computer. Computer says no. And I had to forcibly take a few days off to completely repair my computer and get all my streaming and all that set up. So here we are, we're back. And it's turned out that the whole channel's had a rebrand thanks to it. So as you can see up here, we have the interview now, and we have a whole bunch of different shows. The channel's now called Jade Starr Music, and How to App on iOS is its own show. Walk with Me, everything has its own show. The Rant, the interview, special events, all that kind of stuff. It all falls under a blanket, which is pretty damn cool. I think I can, I've got a new scene to show you to show you how it all works. There we go. Does this work? Hey, there it is. So this is the new look of the show. If you weren't aware, interview, the rant, opening hour, Patreon live, all these shows that happen under one umbrella. Boom. And you may notice too, this little interview setup that I have has changed too. So we have, instead of the boxed window with me in a tiny little box, you're getting a full screen, and you'll get a full screen of my guest as well, with a bunch of other screens that have slightly changed, nothing too different. Anyway, let's bring on our guest, the man of the moment. His name is Russ8889. I know you guys love him. I love him too, just as much. Well, he's a bit of a, well, I don't know, he's a bit of a but we love him for that. Make sure everything's good. Let's bring him on. A round of applause and all that jazz. It's Russ8889. Hey.
Hey, I was just timing to make sure you'd got in the right time before I swore.
I've got to turn off this chat now. There we go.
So you wouldn't get monetized.
No. Remember, we can swear. Why are only the emojis showing up in my camera? That's what have I done? This is all new. Where have I put the emojis? This is so weird. I don't know what's happening. Where are the emojis? Hang on, I've got to fix them. I don't want them. Why are they in my camera? I know what I've done. All right, let's go over to main screen, main camera. Scenes, sources, and we need to... I knew I'd get something wrong. There we go. There we go. The emote. Now we've got the emotes. Now they're all working. Look at that. So
there
weird.
You go. Works out in the end.
Yeah. And they're still on me too. Awesome. What's Brad saying? No audio on that camera. Weird. Okay. But everyone can hear us. We're all good. Yeah. No audio, too. No audio. What the fuck? Oh, wankers. They must be fucking with us because there is audio. But anyway, cheeky motherfuckers. All right. What are we doing today, Russ? Oh, I'm back now. Oh, okay. I know what I did. It's because anyway, I've got a nested camera. I'll need to fix that for these interviews. Look at this. I've still got. Yeah, I know what I did wrong. So let me just fix this. Emotes back. But I've got emotes in my little window as well too. Awesome. So, what are we doing here today, Russ? What is this show all about?
Yeah, well, firstly and foremost, it's kind of a big thank you to everyone that donated, because I've had a bit of a spin this week, so I haven't been able to reach out to everyone via email and thank them personally. So I wanted to do this show to do that, because I still will get around to it, but some people's emails I don't have, and some people have received emails I don't want to think, oh, I got an email and he didn't send me one. you know, that would come a bit clearer later why I couldn't do that. So everything is all good. So, and this show is really about backing your stuff up, because do any of us know how the iCloud really works? Because I didn't.
What is the iCloud? How does it all work?
It's just like some mystery that's put up there, and I know I pay for it every month, but I'm never really sure what it does.
Yeah. All right. Let's say hello to everybody who's here. And I swear the next time we do this, I'll have everything sorted. This is the first time we've done an interview, so it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. Because anyway, hello, Tremor Bear, stay tuned. Nippleback. Who else we got here? Joe Glenn, Hugh Caldwell, Ed B. Metal, Thomas Christ. Saw Leela at the top because I'm not going to be able to scroll them out. Jenny Jolivet, Ali, Ed B. Metal. Shout me out if you can. Help me find you. Cover by CQ. Who else? Scrolling. Joe and Barry Glenn are both here. Roadie's Jam Cave. Tremor Bear, I think I already said you. I'm having a hippie moment. Boom, right on, good deal. Repeating people's names. If I've missed you, just say hello down in the bottom. Greg O'Sullivan, hello. And I'll shout you out. Brad Example, Kim Harden Hudson, hello, Choppity Chop and Lurkity Lurk. Jim, what's going on, Jim? All right, I think and Chris Lane Senior lurking the gherkin over there as well. There he is, Chris Lane Senior. Michael Thompson lurking the gherkin. Yeah, boy. Awesome. All right, so let's go through what happened. So we haven't heard from you because basically you didn't have an iPad. So we want to hear the story out of your mouth. What the fuck did you do, Russ?
Okay, so, you know, just a normal scenario, something I do every day. I put everything in my bag. It'd been a nice day here. I'd been working out in the garden. I packed my bag, so I had my 2 iPads in there. I had my hard drive, my headphones, and as usual, I normally got a drink, put that in the bag like I do every day. And the ironic thing is my bag is waterproof, but it's to stop it from getting wet from the rain and shit, not internally. So anyway, by the time I come up the stairs, I put a packet of biscuits in my bag. And
what kind of biscuits
I come
were they?
up, well, just chocolate biscuits, you know.
Well, what kind of chocolate biscuits?
Chocolate digestives, of course.
Digestives. Yum. All right, continue. Off you go.
Anyway, so I pulled the biscuits out of my bag, and I've got a computer desk, so it's on 2 levels, and I put the biscuits on the bag, on the desk, and water rolled out onto my mixer. And I was like, where the fuck did that come from? And so I lifted the biscuits up so no more water come up, and went to put it over the bag so it would not go. And I looked in and I see my 2 iPads sitting in the bag, and the drink was on its side. And I lifted the drink up, and there was no weight to it, so all the water had come out. So I don't know, there's whatever how big it is, litre, 2 litres, whatever it is. So what had happened was the screw top had cross-threaded on it and not gone on, and obviously walking up the stairs had wiggled it off. And I'd been in my room for like 15 minutes or so before I even noticed. So I dragged my iPads out the bag, and they were just dripping wet. And one iPad was still on, and the other iPad had like a rainbow screen on it. Anyway,
Wow.
being
That's not good.
You know, being only having use of one hand, like my iPads are in cases, so I had to try and clip the iPad out the case while it's still wet. So I'm trying to unclip the iPad out the case. So I get one out and I'm lent that up to try and drain the water. Now the iPads was sitting in the bag that way up, but
the charger port in the water.
Yeah, they were both that way down, the speaker and the charger. So I managed to get the other iPad out the case, and now I'm, you can imagine I've now got me life in my hands, basically, with everything on it, on these two iPads. And all I can think is I need to dry it off or do something, or I know I haven't got any rice or anything. So I thought, well, I've got a hairdryer downstairs. At least I can just turn it on warm and just blow some warm air at least. Yeah. So then I had the problem. I couldn't use my bag because it was full of water. So I then had two slippery glass iPads in my hand, and then I had to try and get downstairs holding the two iPads. And obviously, that's my hand that I hold on with. So I ain't got that hand. So I'm tinkering down the stairs and, dried them off on the towel. And one of the iPads had turned itself off by then, and the other one still had like a rainbow screen on it. And I managed to turn that off. At the top of the screen was still working, so I could do the swipe. It brought the power down engage thing, so I swiped it off. And then I just left it. I just stood it up in a airy room and, just left it tilted up. Anyway, I'd come back upstairs to check on my iPads because I'd actually squeezed them into my sofa, in between my sofa, so they were standing upright. So, but sticking out so they got air around them.
Yeah.
And one of the iPads had come back on. It was just on. So I was like, oh, I better power that down then. So I powered that one down and I left them again. And when I switched the one the other one just never come back on. That was just rainbow screened. And the other one, which is just, a cheaper iPad, has got like it just fades itself out. It like every now and again. It's like when you have the mode on, when you look in the light, you get in the light, and sometimes your phone screen would dim down.
Or when you have the battery saver on and it just goes off after a minute.
It's doing that. So one iPad, not good because every couple of minutes it's dropping and fading out, and then the other one was knackered. So and I didn't know if I had iCloud backup. Everything I do is on Nano Studio. I didn't know whether that would be saved, so I had no idea. I thought that was it. I'd only recently bought a hard drive to back everything up.
And that was in there too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made it better is if it was all on video and we could put Benny Hill music to it. You don't think that's funny?
Well, I actually didn't swear when I'd done it.
Amazing.
It was like, it was so traumatic, I didn't even have the swear words for it.
Yeah.
I don't think it. Not even I could conjure up something that would be fitting to that moment,
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh shit, I need to sort this out.
Yeah, well, we all jumped on Clubhouse, and I mean the thing you were worried about too was the backup. So if you're going to lose all your music, that was scary. But I pretty much I said pretty much you're going to get your stuff back. It was if you've saved to iCloud, it's going to do its thing. iCloud is pretty unreliable overall because that's the thing. We don't know how it works. Apple refused to tell us how it works. But you're pretty good. If you've backed up, you're going to get everything back. Hey, Mr. Smith, thank you for the gifted sub. Robert Redmond's clip channel. And who else have I missed who's here? I think I missed a couple of people who are here. I'll find you and chat you out soon. Yeah, so we just needed to get you an iPad. That was the thing. So, because there was a lot of stuff on there, wasn't there? Tell us what was on that iPad, because fuck, when I was hearing you say it, I was like, oh man.
Well, so there would have been everything that I'd put on Audio Share from 2015, all my music, all my masters, everything I would have, when I got a new iPad, I would have transferred all the Audio Share over. So, I've still got loads of tracks there that I've never done anything with or whatever. And then there would be Earthworks, Moonworks, Eclipse, Fabric album. That was all on there. All the video, all the, everything that was on there. And not only that, there was all my banking, all my PayPal, all my eBay, all my Amazon, all my,
your life,
all my Alexa, everything, I'm like, luckily when you set I won't say the word again, the A word up, it at least it remembered it. I didn't need the iPad to switch things on and off like I thought I was going to. But when I did restore, it never remembered anything. As far as Amazon's concerned, I got no appliances of theirs whatsoever, and I got them everywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't remember things like that. The iCloud doesn't save stuff like that. Like you have to log into pretty much everything again, like Facebook and all that kind of stuff. You've got to log into everything again. But the most important thing was to get back the music. And you were really worried about Nano Studio, but as I'd said to you, I transferred my last iPad to this new one I'm on now, and all my Nano Studio stuff came across too. So I was pretty confident that was going to come back. Yeah, and then so we were sitting there in Clubhouse, and I'd already kind of decided to try and put it out to everybody, knowing full well that's something that you probably wouldn't want me to do at all.
No.
But you know what? We just didn't give a fuck what you thought, because it was a no-brainer. I mean, I think back to all the little things that you've done for me. I remember a time, Russ, when I wanted to buy Logic, and you sent me the money to get it, and I paid you off over 3 months or so when you're in America. All these little things, the charity album, all the money that you donate to charity and stuff. So it was a no-brainer to do that, even though you were like, I don't want to do that.
No, that's not me. I always paid my own way. Always have done from probably 17 when I started working till now. Even now, I always make sure everyone's sorted out before I am. It's just the way I've always been.
Yeah, and so I got to work on that, and so let's cover what we did there. So we started this fundraiser. Here it is. This was the one I started because I tried to set up a GoFundMe, and unfortunately, I got it set up, and it was all cool. I posted it, but it wasn't allowing people to donate. And I'm like, what is going on? It turns out GoFundMe decided that you used to be able to cash out into PayPal. And so all the people who've had used GoFundMe for years and years for multiple things, if you used PayPal in the past to cash out, your account is now frozen and screwed because they don't do PayPal anymore. And there's no way to get it unfrozen. You have to delete your account and start again. I was like, well, that sucks. So I just went with somebody else, and I went with these dudes, an Australian company, which was hard because we had to transfer the money to you. Let me refresh this. So it's still open, this thing. It actually closes in like a couple of days' time. So all up here on this, we raised $1,205. Remember, in Australian dollars. So in British pounds, it's about half of that. So it's about $602.50. So it's about that anyway. But people were sending to your PayPal, and it turns out you ended up with about $1,000. Is that right?
Yeah, just over £1,000 in PayPal. So that allowed me, you know, I had £1,600 that I was overwhelmed with, really. So I just thought, you know what, I was looking at iPads around £1,000 to replace the one I've lost. And I thought, you know what, I'm always running out of space. You know, I go through, fill an iPad up and get another one. So I was like, this is the only chance I'm going to get to do this. So I just got the iPad Pro, the biggest one they do, and I managed to get a refurbished one from Apple, so it comes with the Apple guarantee, and it was worth paying a little bit extra money because the one I was looking at for the same price were about £1,000 on eBay, but you're buying it from someone
you
with
get a
no
brick in the mail.
and,
you get a brick.
Yeah, I didn't even spend $1,000 on my cars I owned off of eBay, let alone spend on that on an iPad. So yeah, no.
So yeah, all up, it was now to be totally clear, the money that is in this here hasn't been sent to Russ yet. So he's got his iPad, but the way this my cause works, it's so strange, is they don't take any money when you cash out. So that's really cool. But they do the payouts at the end of the month. So as soon as it clicks over to September 1st, it gets sent over. So that's cool. I had to contact them and find out all this shit. And oh yes, but so at least that's going to be sent out to you. So there we go. So you've got your iPad. Everything was transferred. You got all your fucking music back. Everything come back.
Yeah, I mean, I showed on the video that I put up. It like at first it was like, yeah, no, like we can't restore this, but that was because it didn't have the right iOS or the latest. It wanted to update. So once it had done that, it started back in. And the first thing I noticed was my audio share files that had loaded up, and I know I had like probably 90 gig of audio share on my other iPad, and everything was there. And in there is like all the bass parts and all the drums and the guitars and keyboards and all the separate stems for the tracks. And so it would have been hard to have lost that, you know, like a lot of it did come back. I've been through some songs and loaded some songs, and apart from some of the simps not remembering what they were set on, and I've got no clue what I set them to. So there's a few songs that I loaded sound a bit weird because that's not the right sound. So whether I'll ever remember what they were to get them back, I expect not. But, you know, that's okay.
Yeah, it's a problem.
The best of it's there.
It's a problem with a lot of apps because, you know, obviously I review a lot of apps here on the channel, and the save states in them work for the most part, but it's from door to door as well. Some doors don't save save states or presets, and it's a bit of a gamble. Like I guess it's like anything with music. Who knows what it's going to do? Temperamental. These are the joys of home recording, I guess. So you get your iPad. Did you get anything else to protect it? I'm sure that's the. Did you get a giant body condom? Giant body condom or something?
Yeah, no, I got this like a laptop case or whatever. It's just a slip case.
Is it waterproof?
Yeah, this is all waterproof. So,
but not from the inside. But you can't fit a bottle of water in there, can you?
Yeah, no. This is so I can put the iPad in and then still continue to use the bag I use.
Yep.
But if it spills over again, it's going to be protected. So. Yeah, there was, a couple of things I have to look at when I get shit. So this actually picks up that way, which is okay with me because it means an iPad won't slip out coming outwards because it will make up too big an angle to slip up. So if I forget to zip it, it's not going to drop out or drop on the floor. So that's okay, and the one zip's okay. I can deal with that. So, yeah, no, perfect.
Well, that's good. And I see a comment here. Well, we're going to move on to me now. So and then we'll come back. We'll do our thank yous towards the end. Nippleback says, so a tip for external drives. Use a solid state drive rather than hard disk. SSDs don't have moving parts that wear down, so they last longer and are really hard to break. Well, let me just tell you, I wish that was true because not a few weeks later, I got up last week and walked into my studio, which here it is. This is my studio here. And, it's been, hang on, my camera's not connected. Fuck, everything's, I see, it's not turned on. That's a nice one. Let me go over here, just make sure this camera's on. Where are we? We'll come over here. Man, this is the first time we're doing this, using the side camera and stuff. You won't hear any sound for a second here. Just give us a second, folks. Where are we? Side camera. It's going to go silent for a second. Just give us a second. All right, there we go. Side camera's back. We're getting used to this. So this is my setup here. It's a crazy setup. We've got an iPad here, mixing desk, and this is my baby. This is the beast that runs this whole shebang. This thing was bought in 2020 during the pandemic. Is that right? Is that when during the pandemic. Cost me a hell of a lot of money. It's like a $3,500 computer. It's an absolute beast, and it has served me so well. It's an MSI. It is, it's a gaming laptop. It's an absolute killer beast, and it has 2 hard drives in it, an SSD and another SSD in there, which I put in 64 gigs of RAM. It's a monster the way it works. And I have looked after it like, it is my princess. I clean it every day. It's off the desk, so the air circulates underneath. There's no dust in the fans. It has been running like an absolute dream. And I got up to do my show last Wednesday morning, Australian time, and guess what was waiting for me on the laptop that has been so loyal? Well, it was this lovely screen. And startup repair could not repair your PC, and that's like, wow, what the hell is a SRT trail.txt? And I started doing some searching for what that was on my iPad, and wow, that's computer term for you're fucked. That's what it means. It's an issue that happens with Windows Update. When a Windows update fails, and every time it tries to do the update again and again, it starts manufacturing bad sectors, until the bad sectors overwrite the entire hard drive, and then it just can't handle it anymore, and it just fucks off. So that's what I woke up to and was like, man, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix this? And you know what? The funny thing is, we both didn't swear. I didn't swear. I sat here as calm as you like for 7 hours trying to fix this. I exhausted every kind of fix, every check disk, every goddamn thing. And the more I tried to fix it, the more bad sectors appeared until the entire hard drive just vanished. And it was like, no longer does it even show up anymore. So I knew it was over. And I was like, dude, this is just not right. Like, I've just been spending money on other things in this studio to build it up. I don't have the money for. Well, I was able to do it, of course, and because you got to, because this is your job, and I would have just been eating beans for the next month. So I rang up the place I got it from and was like, hey, I'm bringing this in. Can you sort it out? And he was like, yeah, I should be able to get the data off the hard drive. And I'm going, listen, mate, you're not going to get the data off the hard drive. Now, I love it when people in the computer field just think everybody's a schmuck and they don't know what they're talking about. Like, I know what I'm talking about with computers. And I'm just going, you're not going to get it any. And he goes, oh, yeah, cool. I'll get it off. And he goes, we've got special tools here. And I'm like, you got nothing better than what I've got, mate. Trust me. But so I planned the day to go in the next day, go take the computer in. I keep all my boxes, all the packaging, everything. So I boxed it up, took it in. And the guy was like, he pulled out the box and was like, are you sure you've been using this? It looks brand new. And that's because I look after it a lot. So the long story short, of course he couldn't get any of the data off. And I thought it was a big thing. So the main stuff that I lost off there was my downloads folder, which, stupidly, when you install Windows, nearly everything you download from the internet goes into your downloads folder. But I had another hard drive on there. So I'd been moving stuff across onto the other hard drive from the downloads folder. So I had a lot of it saved. And the other thing was OBS. Everything in OBS, my whole show was gone. So once we got it fixed, it took me about 2-3 days. As you can see, we're still getting things fixed and all happening. But, luckily, nearly everything I make for my shows is made on my iPad, on this thing right here. So all my assets, emojis, all the images, everything is made on my iPad. So I just had to move it all across again, and it's still a work in progress, so that's cool. Thank you, Robert Redmond's Clip Channel. Boom. But we got here, so we're all good. It cost me about $400 to get it done. Hey, it is what it is. You got to get it sorted. But the guy, I tell you, my favorite bit was when I went to pay for it, he was like, he was having lunch and he came out he wanted to speak to me specifically. And he's like, oh, Jade, I just want to talk to you. 4 years you've owned that computer. He goes, I've been working in the computer industry for 30 years. I've never seen a computer so well looked after, so clean. He goes, it's like, do you even use that thing? And I leaned over to him and said, well, to let you in on a little secret, Harry. 2 weeks into owning that laptop, on one of my live streams, I tipped a cup of tea into that fucking computer. And somehow it's still fucking alive. Because he said the computer was so well looked after, he replaced all the thermal paste, which was very nice. And that's probably because I tipped a cup of tea into it that it needed to be fixed. But we're all back up and running. And so I didn't really put much out on the internet. I said, hey, basically there's no shows. Some shit's gone down. On Facebook, I did the same thing. But on Patreon, I actually told everybody on Patreon exactly what had happened. Because, if you're a Patreon of mine, you keep the lights on here. You pay my bills and everything. So I owed an explanation of what's going on. And what do you know? This community here it blows my mind because I wasn't putting any posts out. I wasn't expecting anybody to send any money. I had it covered, But as I was leaving to go to the computer place, all the way there, my phone was ding, 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 and people were donating money to my PayPal. And I swear to God, It was so fucking sweet. And at the same time, I'm feeling guilty as fuck about it as well, but ever so thankful. So it turns out today, here we are. I had planned to do this thank you show for Russ, and now we've got a double thank you show because I got a list of people I need to say thank you to as well. So yeah, it's very, very humbling to have people do that for you, especially when you don't ask. And, it's, incredible. So do you want to run through only got 15 minutes left for us. Do you want to run through yours? I'll run through mine and then we'll hit the road because we have a premiere coming up straight after this. Walk With Me is coming up straight after this. And it's my journey to the computer shop. So I made content out of it. Of course I did.
Well, yeah, of course you would.
Yeah, of course. Life is content, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Well,
While you're finding yours, you want me to do mine? I'll go through.
You do yours. I've got to get out.
So I want to thank all of these people who sent kind PayPal donations. It was, it was not what I put the message out there for. It was very, I can't thank you enough. So come on, let's load up this shit. There we go. So we've got see more. Come on, PayPal, do your thing. Let's say Joanna Glenn, Patrick Chandler, Auntie G, Greg O'Sullivan. Thank you, Greg. Manfred. We've got Darren, Christopher, Leela, David, Asta, Weavebrain. Who else we got in here? Ron and Jenny, Laurie's Mishmosh, Thomas Rochelle, I said his name. Thomas Christ, what am I saying? Ed B, Ed Z, Mateish, and I think that's all of them. I think I got them all. I don't think I missed any. And as I said, I was not expecting that at all. It was just, holy shit. Thank you so much. I think I've got them all. And and somebody just did now. That's Bear. Bear, thank you. And I did, I should let you know, I did buy an external hard drive to back up. So that's my external hard drive, and I am backing up this computer now, so we're all good. God, you just have to mention it. And you guys are so sweet and so kind. It is just mind-blowing. All right, I'm going to throw it back on you. Russ, off you go.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go through my PayPal list. So I'll say the first name, and, if you're not in the chat as that, I won't dox your name. So Dom M, Laurie, Brian Kessler, Pamela H, Paul L, that's Pal and DJ Big Red, James H, Mary Salah, Valerie Bart, Gregory C, Leila, Chris Lane, Jason Z, Rodolfo R, Christopher G, No MS, Sai, that is, Nina from who does a channel, Jeff, and from the sponsors on the Hippie Show, Dean Thomas, 15th Bend, Salvatore C, Mick Turner, Gregory O'Sullivan, Kim Arden-Hudson, Hugh Cadwell, David L, Rhodey, Brad, Laurie on behalf of Jason Lemansky, Joe, Barry Glenn, Ron, Wolfstone Studios and Jenny, Dan Ekberg, Elizabeth C, Ed B, Manfred M, and David Collette. I think.
Did you get my one?
Yeah, I got your one.
I missed
yours. Must have been on the first one.
All right. Yeah, I was first. All right. Cool. I forgot one too. So I was blown away too. It's something else I want to mention. I was really blown away that a bunch of developers who make apps for iOS reached out and asked me if they can help out. And I just want to say, Audio Kit Pro, Matthew Fetcher sent a massive donation to me. So even developers sent money.
Yeah, I mean,
shocking.
I got some your Australian thing. There was Dragon Lady, Brian Tesler, Ivan Idea, Gary Chapman, Paula Farrell, Paying to Get, Doctor's Orders, Gary Gary Hubbs, Mark Sundrum, Jonathan Wilson, Vogo Ono, Patrick Chandler, Falcon Blues and Feisty Feather, Pukian, Scott Agnes, Mick Turner, Ryan Vundelon, Joey Gillen, and yourself was on that one. You was on the other list as well. And anonymous donations, Stu Cashmore, Frank Terzo, Kurt, Folk Punk, more anonymous, Jamie Malander, Andy Goldsby, Matthias. So I want to thank you all so much. And if I haven't emailed you yet, I really will aim to do so. Some of you, I haven't got your emails.
I'm working on it. I'll get them to you. Chris Rossi, Ed Z, Thomas as well. I don't know if you got those.
Yeah, Christopher Rossi as well.
So, I mean, thank you all so much. Now,
and I hope I haven't missed anyone. If I've missed you, I really
there are a couple anonymous too in there. A couple of anonymous ones, so we don't know who they are, who donated on yours as well. So now we're running out of time. So look, thank you so much, everybody. It's so humbling, isn't it, Russ? It's just
very.
It's full on. But we want to cover this before we go. So just as Russ gets his iPad fixed and I get my shit sorted, we got some bad news, and we're unfortunately closing with some bad news. So Russ, you can tell what you want to tell about this because it's heavy shit.
Yeah, like as you know, my wife lives in America and my family's out there, and my stepdaughter's fighting for her life on a life support machine at the moment. So I'm trying to get my shit together to try and get out and see her. So we're nearly arranged. Everything's good. I've got my mum here that needs some care, so I've been trying to organise that so I can go. And it's just been a tricky one. There's nothing more to say than, she's up fighting for her life. And, if your people pray or your thoughts or whatever, put them to, Tara in because, she's a good girl and she's in trouble at the minute. So that's why I've not been in the chat. So I've been able to get round an email. I've been, on the iPad a lot constantly, on FaceTime. And this is why we sort all this out and find out what's going on. And, it's not looking too great at the moment. So I plan to get out there ASAP as we sort everything out. So if you don't see me around the chat, so I'm not answering your comments, I'm not ignoring you all. It's just I'm a bit full on at the moment. So
yeah, it's been heavy, man, because you're on a high, got all this sorted out, and then it's like, what? Now you got to throw everything to the curb. sort out money to get to the UK, sort out insurance, get there. Yeah, so all our thoughts to Tara. But yeah, it's scary. It's, as you said, it's not looking good, and we can only hope a miracle happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and you know that's why I want to dedicate this song today. You know that you're gonna play next because you know everyone needs a miracle, and she needs one at the minute.
And that's what we're going to close with today. So once again, thank you, everybody. I can't thank you all enough. The best thing I can do is just keep pushing the best content I possibly can, keep improving my channel and doing the best I possibly can. So thank you on behalf of both of us. And we're going to close today with a Delicate Giants track from the album, Everyone Needs a Miracle. And we definitely need some love for Tara and hope it all happens. Straight after this, you'll get dumped over to Walk With Me. So it's only a short episode of Walk With Me, only about 40 minutes of me walking around the city, waiting for my computer to get fixed. So there's that. Thanks, Russ, for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, everyone who donated. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all.
Thank you all. Let's play this Everyone Needs a Miracle. Thanks, everyone, for being here and hanging out. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together, stay awake, and let's Oj. And you make sure you tell your loved ones you love them today. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. All right, let's get out of here. This is Everyone Needs a Miracle. It's Oj.